Hi, I'm Mark from VRBO Outstanding and Vacation Home Mastery. This week, we're going to talk about the future of real estate now that we're less than a month into a new administration and what that means for your long-term investments. So stay tuned. And welcome back. Now, many of you got into vacation rentals for a couple reasons, okay? Maybe you wanted a place to vacation to and you wanted to have someone help offset the expense and the money for maintaining it, and that's great. Some of you do it strictly for the monthly revenue coming in. That's great too. Some of you look at the long game, right? And you want to be able to keep this property for 10, 15, 20, 30 years maybe. And not only have your tenants pay off your mortgage, but have it appreciate significantly over that period of time. And it may be a combination of all three, right? So what you have to look at is where we are in the cycle of things. And this episode, it's not any kind of tax or investing advice, and this is strictly my opinion. But I've been involved in real estate investing for over 25 years, okay? I've seen the cycles of up and down through the way things go. And I want to talk to you about where I think things are going, because there's a lot of people out there who are selling courses and seminars to buy more vacation rentals. We've got a Trump administration coming in, and interest rates are going to be going down, prices of homes will be going up, and it's going to appreciate and all that. Look, they're pushing you to buy stuff because they make money selling you the experience, selling you their training, etc., and their courses. I do not make money selling homes or advocating you buy homes, etc. If you already have homes, that's why you come to my course, okay? I am the last person who's going to push people into buying real estate for investing, because as you know, you want to buy low and sell high. But invariably, when all these shucksters come out of the woodwork, they're telling you to buy, they're usually telling you to buy at the apex, and that's not the time you want to do it. Now, let's think about this. So we're going to go back and I'm going to state my case, okay? So stay with me. And if you disagree, please put comments below, but I'm stating my case right here. Back around, 2008 to 2010, there was that market dip during the Obama administration from all the fraudulent loans that happened. If you remember the movie The Big Short, great representation of what happened in that time period. Now, what happened was, people who were smart, hopefully you, I know I was, bought a lot of properties then, right? We had cash and we bought homes. We bought them for 30 cents, 20 cents on the dollar. And what happened was we got deals. So I bought a couple long-term rentals. I since sold them for 3 or 4x. I had my first short-term rental that I bought about 15 years ago. And I did a 1031 exchange and I 4x'd it in 10 years. How did I 4x it? Well, I bought low. I sold high, okay? I know that's simple terms, but hear me out here. You've got low interest rates that happen after that kind of fiasco. So right around, 2015 to 2018, you had low interest rates, okay? And you have people with what they call golden mortgages. These are people that have mortgages that are roughly 3%. And they don't want to pay their mortgages off early. They don't want to sell their homes because it's almost free money. They borrowed money. Also, they got the property for less than what these properties are going for now. These properties have since appreciated. But with the interest rates, their payments are very low. So it makes no sense for them to sell them. Whether it's their primary residence or a secondary home, they've got these golden mortgages, okay? Now, you've got a new administration and he's gonna want to lower interest rates. It's not gonna happen right away. You're probably not gonna start seeing noticeable changes for about a year, okay? And then it's gonna slowly go down, not quickly go down. As these interest rates go down, these golden mortgages are not gonna be as golden anymore. So the people that were hanging onto homes simply because, well, it was cost effective to have it, even though they wanted to downsize or didn't want the second home, it just financially made sense to keep it. Now they're going to want to start getting rid of it, okay? We also noticed that during COVID, many people bought vacation rentals because many people were working from home and utilizing this, okay? So we've noticed a sizable increase in vacation rentals and short-term rentals, and now you're gonna have more people flooding the market and selling more. I think that's gonna drive prices down because whenever you have more supply, the demand goes down and the prices go down, okay? Especially with the low interest rates, you'll have more people buying, but you're gonna have a lot more demand. I think you're gonna start seeing some changes with the way things are going. People are gonna start realizing we're at an apex. We may not be at the apex yet, it may still go up, but the reality is in many areas, and we can't just generalize every area because as I'm recording this, Governor DeSantis is now saying they're gonna try to do away with property taxes on homes. If you do that in Florida, it's a game changer. Everyone's moving to Florida, right? Because who wouldn't? But again, going back to my criteria of interest rates, I think what you're gonna start seeing is prices of homes come down, okay? They've been flat for the last couple of years. I don't think you're gonna see prices go up. Another reason is inflation. Inflation that we had during the Biden administration, this is not political, this is just facts. Inflation went up during the Biden administration, okay? So did home prices. That's why in the last 4 years you saw home prices rise, okay? And that's why if you've got the golden mortgage and you have inflation, now your property is worth more, you're not paying a whole lot per month. The inflation drove up the price. If we start seeing inflation reduce and go down, like we should start seeing in about a year or so with the Trump administration, then you're gonna start seeing the prices go down, right? Because inflation brings up not only prices of your consumables, it brings up prices of your investments as well. Your stock prices, your real estate prices all go up during the times of inflation. Now, another thing you gotta consider is these tariffs that are going into place. You know, what's gonna happen with that? And that throws another curveball or black swan if you've read the book. So it is my belief that buying a vacation rental is still a good idea if you want a vacation rental and you want someone else to offset the cost of it. Or maybe you want to try to rent it out and maybe make some money. You know, chances are you'd be breaking even. With the way the interest rates and prices are, buying a vacation rental now, it's going to be hard to break even and make money in many areas, okay? But buying a vacation home with the anticipation that in 10 years, it's going to 4X like it did with my property and our other properties that we bought, I just don't think that we're at that point. We're pretty much at an apex of real estate. And in 10 years, I just don't see it 4Xing from here, okay? If it goes down, I don't think it's going to go down a lot. But I just don't think you have a whole lot of room for growth on the upside. There's a saying that I love. The juice isn't worth the squeeze, right? And what do you mean by that? Well, is it worth investing in something if the return isn't there? I'll give you an example. Caleb Williams, it was a first round NFL draft. Now, before the NFL draft, there were gambling sites that were giving odds that he'd be the #1 draft. And here were the odds. You can bet $100,000, and if he's the first round draft pick, you get $1,500. But if he's not, you lose $100,000, okay? The juice is not worth the squeeze. Who is gonna gamble $100,000 to win just $1,500 or lose it all, okay? With real estate right now, we're not buying any new properties. I don't think it's great advice unless you find a deal. And there's some deals that are out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna generalize, but it's gonna be a lot harder to find things that appreciate 3 and 4X. And when it comes to real estate investing, while the monthly income from it is great and the tax benefits are great, I'm looking at the long picture, okay? I'm looking at the 4X down the road, 10 years from now. I want my money to really explode for me. So that's why I invest in real estate. And I do think that some of these people who are telling you to buy and leverage all your debt out the ass. I mean, just mortgage and mortgage and mortgage and get 5 or 6 homes and they're all mortgaged out. I'm not sure if that's a good long-term plan, because I don't think in 10 years you're going to have the exit strategy that you're thinking of. I don't think you're going to be able to maybe sell some of those houses necessarily for what you paid for them. Okay, if you do, great. But the whole reality is you don't want to break even. You don't want to sell them for what you paid for them. You want to sell them. You don't want to sell them even for a little bit more. You want to sell them for 3 or 4x. Okay, and that's the ultimate goal. Now, I'm fortunate enough with all of my real estate investments. I think the smallest gain I had was a 2x, and that was a less than 10-year hold. But generally, they're 3 or 4x for 10 years, 8 years, 15 years, etc. So I wanted to get you in that mindset that there's returns that you can get other places like stocks and so forth that may be more advantageous right now, because the real estate market, I don't believe, has as good of a long-term future as people think. And when you buy a home, you're not just buying the home because you're looking 1 year or 5 years out. You should be buying real estate because you're looking 10 to 20 years out. And that's why I'm making this video, and that's why I'm making this point. Your opinions may differ, but I believe with interest rates, with inflation, and with all the golden mortgages that are out there, I think you're going to find it hard-pressed to find someone with my experience investing in real estate 25 years that is going to say, Mark, you're wrong, and real estate is at a valley, and it's going to 4x in 10, 15 years. I just don't see it. I hope I'm wrong, because I would love to see our holdings 4x again in 10 years, but I think we're at the apex. So I want to hear what you guys think and your thoughts on this whole episode. So go ahead and hack away at the comments below. Hit like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you again next week.